That's the perfect volume.
There, you're on now.
I'm on now. So say when, Bill, give me the barometer. Too loud?
You're perfect.
There. Okay, that's it? All right, so we're solving one problem. It's not even on.
You want to use this one?
That doesn't work either.
Talk loud, Carl. Just project, Carl. Talk loud. Here, let me work it.
What if I take
Okay.
it out?
We're working on one problem at a time, and right now it's the mic. The next thing will be the video. Welcome to Rotary, the greatest Rotary Club in the
Universe!
All right. Okay, how about a invocation? Mark Christ.
Yes. Please join me in a prayer. Thank you, God, for the beauty around us. We ask your blessing on our club, our visitors, and our guests. We pray that you grant us strength, wisdom, and a sense of peace in all that we do in serving others. Amen.
Our flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the four-way test.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Is Stephen Dahl in the house?
Not physically.
Resounding no.
Nope.
All right. Anna, you have a song for us.
Okay, so I give them my copy.
Oh, we got cake? That is a cake. Oh my god.
So, Stephen Dahl's birthday is today. His wife wanted him to have a birthday cake. The only thing we're missing is Stephen. So, show the camera, if you will, show the camera what Stephen is missing. And then we're going to eat his cake.
Yes.
Okay, so it was going to be happy birthday to Stephen, but instead, since he's not here, Anna, go ahead.
All right, so I put words on your sheet since we had so much fun with the new song. Last time I did song, I figured we'd do it again. This is another 60s song, the Do Run Run Run. It's really easy if you know it, just sing out loud. Met him on a Monday, I stood still. Do run, 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 the do run, run. Somebody told me that his name was Bill. The do run, 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 the do run, run. Yeah, my heart stood still. Yeah, his name was Bill. And when he walked me home, the do run, 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 the do run, run.
Thank you, Anna. I'd say turn it down just a little. All right, so if you can turn it down a little more, that'd be good. Testing, testing, down, 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 down. Are we turning the knob? Can you turn the knob down? Turn it down, down, down. Still too loud. All right, there, how about that? Is that better? That's still too loud, actually. We don't know how to turn the knob down. Which knob? Okay, so that's the master, I believe. Does that turn it down? Yeah, I think that's working.
Keep on going.
Okay, we're going to keep going. So just a little update on the microphones. The cellular companies hijacked or bought up, I call it hijacked, our bandwidth. And that's why the microphones have been spotty and getting worse up until today. And so now we have new ones. So we just went through the learning curve on the new ones, so hopefully we're good to go for a long time. And I confirmed that They do work on rechargeable batteries, so we have rechargeable batteries, so we have 2 sets. So we should never be without batteries and without microphones for the foreseeable future. Yeah. All right. Is there any visiting Rotarians? No? Rick Tetrick, you're not a guest. Joe Jones, you're not a guest. Okay. We have a visitor, though, at least one. And do you have another mic?
I don't need a microphone. It's fine, you can hear me, right? I brought my mom Carrie with me today.
Any other guests? All right. How about reports? Anybody got a report? I know Sheena has one regarding bingo.
Well, it's
Mark, did you get the other one?
bingo
pass that one.
Wednesday, October 10th. And Mike's got some food coming, and I can use a couple people to.
Stand by.
I just need a couple volunteers and a couple people to come play bingo on the 10th.
All right, so what time is the bingo?
Wednesday the 10th.
Wednesday.
October 10th.
Show of hands who will help with bingo. You got Mark?
What time?
Ben,
What time?
Steve, Mike.
What time, Carl? What time?
It's at 6 p.m. Is that right, Shannon?
Yeah, and food will be ready anytime after 5:30.
Okay, 5:30.
Yeah, I'll come help
on the 10th of October. All right.
Right here.
Thank you for putting up with our distortion and stuff. And you know, thank you, Julia, for sticking with it. It's really a pain in the rear to do this under pressure. All right, I have right here compliments of Darryl Skiles. We have 4 tickets to the Mariners with a parking pass. You know, they're winning. They're going to win the pennant this year, I'm sure. This is for September 29th. That's this Saturday. They're up for grabs, whoever can take it. Anybody want to go to the Mariners game? Family night. Saturday night. Saturday, the 29th, 6:10 p.m. Anybody up for that? All right, if you change your mind, they'll be here. And they're really good. They're about ready to turn it on for the pennant, I can tell. Okay, so the Burlington Rotary Club. Avery, were you the guy that said you would go to the Burlington Rotary Club auction? Avery? About 2 or 3 weeks ago. Was it you that said you would put a table together to go to the Burlington auction? It wasn't, okay. Does anybody remember who it was, or if it was you, you remember that saying it? Does anybody want to go to the Burlington auction? Free tickets to go. They're offering a table of 8. The date is September 21st.
No, not September.
It must be October 21st. Yeah.
We missed it.
It's in October. October 6th. Okay, I have it wrong here. So does anybody want to put together a table of 8? This is really the last call because I have to email her right after the meeting because they have to, do their planning. So it's now or never.
Hey, Carl, Becky helped you.
Okay, I'll call Becky after the meeting. Thank you. All right, and Mark Ben, you're still going to the Mount Vernon auction.
Yeah, we have 8, we have a table of 8.
Have you talked to David Lukoff? And you really need to do that because there's a time sensitivity to the free tickets.
So he's not contacting me, I have to contact him.
That would be, yes, please. And Julia knows him really well and can exchange emails and stuff, and so do I. Just email me or her and we can get you connected. All right, so October 4th, we have the Old Guard meeting at the, what is the name of that bar? Iron Mountain Grill. Just show of hands, who's going to go? To do visioning review, kind of strategic planning. Okay, so we'll have maybe 15 or 20. That'd be great. So it's anybody over 50 is invited to the first one. Anybody 50 or younger is invited to the second one. We're age discriminating at this club a little bit. All right. Any other announcements from the floor?
Yes, Carl?
You have one?
Okay, Helping Hand Solution Center, we took a whole bunch of stuff to them the other day, and they loved it. Keep bringing them on in, and they're just really digging the whole program that we're helping out with. So, thank you again, everybody. Reading glasses that you don't need anymore, grocery bags, and hotel toiletries, pilfer the crap out of them. Thanks again, guys.
All right. Thank you. Mike?
Yeah. Our own fellow Rotarian just a report on the school job that we agreed to put $7,500 in, moving along real well. We got the east side all complete, the rocks all down, and now we're working on the corner of the northwest side. And it's going to be a beautiful facility when it's all done. The city's been really helpful on the thing, so it's going along well. We're under budget, so we have to look for a way to spend the rest of that money.
All right, that's a really good
We're not
segue.
done yet.
Because we have enough money to do all the projects that we said we wanted to do. Dan Hockett, I believe Steve is still on vacation, is that correct?
Everybody doesn't know, this pond was a Skagit steelhead club deal for years. But you have a fishing derby, and then they can fish all the way up to 14 years and younger. And it's really had great attendance. And they plan it each year, and there's just hundreds of kids up there.
Yeah, if you've never been to that with your kids or grandkids, you should go. It's a lot of fun.
And you can fish it again all year, but it isn't as good as when they really plan it and go fish around.
Yeah, that weekend is always the second weekend after the opening of trout season. So Dan, we'll be calling on, you guys got a lot of work to organize. So you got a great big committee, we've added to it, the new members are all going on it if they have a strong back. And so good luck in organizing some of that work. Let me know if I can help. Do we have a raffle?
We have a raffle.
Awesome. All right.
She's actually prepared, this is not.
Who got the magnolia?
Okay, so we had a great softball game last week. So if you played, who here played? Raise your hand. Cool, that's $1.
Oh.
So who did not attend or play? Yeah, that's $3. And I was going to charge Nolan with a home run for 2, but whatever. Okay. So we'll start here first. So Carl's been sending out really great emails. I'm sure you all have noticed. And one of them said that we should get to know the members better, which would be great because I'm a new member, so I still don't know all of you and all about you and all that great stuff. So at this table, who here has kids that play in youth sports? You do? And names? Like who plays in youth sports? Your kids? Yeah, cool. That'll be $1. That is a great name.
Oh, man.
Anybody at this table have grandkids that play in youth sports? Names? Cool. Wow, that's $4. Very cool.
Ruthless.
The rest of you tables may have noticed a trend, but here we go. So at this table, anybody, any kids that do sports? Any grandkids that do sports? Yeah? Mark, who do you have in sports?
Racing line.
Cool. Awesome. 2.
Great, Robert, just a member.
Yeah. Okay. Is he in sports though?
Yeah, he's a golfer.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Very cool. Anybody else? No? Okay. All right. Who here has kids that do sports? Nobody? You? Oh, come on. Raise your hands, people. Very fast.
2. Oh, no, 5, actually.
Do we get names? I gave you time to prepare, so. right, here we go. Any kids in youth sports? Any grandkids? Who do you have? It's flag football. That's awesome. Okay. What's that? Yeah. What's your granddaughter's name? Cool. Grandson playing soccer, and his name? William. Oh, good name. All right, so that's what, $2 and figure it out. Okay. Any kids here in youth sports?
Yeah, William plays soccer.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Verified.
Okay. Awesome. That's
Keenan plays golf and basketball.
oh, cool.
Playing soccer.
I'm Reagan. Well, actually, Reagan dance.
Cool. That's awesome. Any grandkids here? All right. And here we go. Kids that play youth sports. Grandkids that play youth sports.
I think I have
Three. All right. Who's your three? What's your name?
Jordan plays soccer.
Jordan plays soccer.
Natalie plays soccer.
Natalie plays soccer.
What's the name of the last one? Ashley.
Ashley. Ashley plays soccer. That's awesome. That's $3.
I've got two.
Dad, pull out lots of money. Lots of grandbabies play
There's a
sports.
$20 bill.
There we go. Yes, pull it.
Two granddaughters in Iowa.
Two granddaughters in Iowa. Cool.
Mostly they dance, but.
Awesome.
That's a sport.
All right. Good. Excellent. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there more?
I have three, and I already paid. He did pay.
All right, Carl. Who's your three?
Well, I have Haley and Taylor play volleyball, and I think Brandon plays football. Oh, he plays football. That's right.
Okay. Awesome.
And he's too young for that, I guess.
Okay. Awesome.
So this is a record,
So-
and now we have Happy Bucks.
Happy Bucks.
Yeah, that was weird.
Look at that.
One of the dogs left after that. A happy buck because we were able to raise over $32,000 for the Helping Hands Food Bank Solutions Center. Thank you to all the Rotarians that came out and to the rest of the community. It was a great event.
Anybody else? Happy Bucks? Okay. Okay. Be right back.
Okay, happy $5. I spent the last 29 days with Mr. Dillon and his wife and a friend of ours touring Eastern Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and that. Had a great time. So, yeah. 18-hour period of rain in Missoula last week, Saturday night, Sunday. Other than that, it was phenomenal weather. 2,200 and some miles. Had a great time.
So I got happy $10. At our last auction, I was doing my part in the back of the room, bidding people up, and somebody bought the dinner a month, and then the guy came back and said, well, we could sell 2. So I said, okay. So Brock, you're in the room, aren't you? Awesome. I'm telling you, if Brock ever fixes dinner for you, you're in for a treat. That was wonderful. And then last night, I think I told you guys a week ago, I had a great granddaughter. And so we had him over for dinner last night. And Rich, he's not in the room today. Oh, Rich, you and Betta. Awesome.
Not me.
Yeah. Betta, thank you. But they provided dinner last night, and we had a wonderful time. And, with my grandson and having dinner with them and celebrating their great granddaughter, I broke out the half-yard glasses, and he never drank beer out of these long glasses before. And he thought that was pretty awesome. So, and then my final thing is when it came to youth sports, my youngest child was named Anna. And when she was in soccer, and this is a true story, she went out, and I don't know, in the really youth sports, sometimes they can excel. And her first year in soccer, she scored like 8 goals. And so we knew that she was going to be a great soccer player, but by the next year when the other kids knew how to play, it wasn't quite as good. But we still remember that first game, first year when nobody was in the net and she just kept kicking them in.
That's not my problem if they were in the net.
I have $4. I did have 3, but the soccer story reminded me of one involving my daughter Betsy. Years ago over at Evergreen, Carol and I were there cheering along, and Betsy was out in the middle, and she turned around and walked straight to us and said, "If we can't be quiet, just go away." That was her soccer career. I never did pay my $2 for my birthday, which was last Thursday. So that's 2. And the final one is for my birthday present to myself. I have a new puppy and picked her up Thursday afternoon. She's met Chuck. She doesn't like Chuck at all. There you go.
So I don't know, now all this politically correct stuff. When I look at a day like this in September, and we always used to call it an Indian Summer Day, but I don't know politically what we should call it, but it's a nice day to be outside.
I'm happy about our softball game last week. Of course, we kind of invoked the mercy rule in the first inning against our competitors. Just wanted to give a shout out to Anna, Danny, and Amy for taking a lot of leadership on the field. And the final score, of course, was fun to fun. So let's keep that up.
Happy Buckets for the Hawks. They won this last week, so go Hawks. That's it.
Any one of these days in the next couple of days.
Well, thank you, Anna, for raising the Christmas budget by $500 today.
I gotta take a time out.
Oh, this cake is so good, Stephen. If you're watching this, God, this is the best cake ever. So sorry you couldn't be here to enjoy it with us. All right, it's time for early leavers, and before we do that, let's give Rick Neely a round of applause for doing this thing well. Our speaker today, are we ready for the speaker yet? Almost? Yeah? I can install something. Does anybody, Joe, you got a joke for us? No joke today? Never again. Come on, never again. All right, it's a good time to go get some of that delicious cake that Stephen is missing. Yes, that would be great. Be a good time. Mark Benn.
Doug has a good golf joke to tell.
Yep. Ah, we go. All right, Doug. Let's do the golf joke. Can you say it?
I gotta remember it. First. Are you ready? Yeah. This guy's playing golf all by himself out on the course, and a gentleman came up beside him and said, "Hey, do you mind if I play along?" He said, "No, not a problem." So they went 2 holes, and they were played about even. He said, "You want to play for $5 a hole, the rest of it out?" He said, "Well, I don't generally bet, but yeah, I'll do that." So they went and played, and the guy beat him the rest of the way out. So as he was walking away, paying counting his $80 that he'd won, the guy asked the player, said, "Well, what do you do for a living?" He says, "Well, I'm a priest." And the guy said, "Oh my goodness, can I give you the money back?" He said, No, that's okay." He said, "Well, I want to do something." He said, "Well, next Sunday you can come to church and you can give that money in the plate as it comes around." And he said, "By the way, bring your mom and dad with you and I'll marry them."
All right, that was worth it. Where's the liner?
All right, let's have a warm welcome for our speaker today. It'll be Paula Kelly, our own, and she'll be talking about the Chamber of Commerce and what's going on in Sedro Woolley.
So, we had hoped to bring in another gal today, but couldn't quite get that to work out, so I got elected to be your speaker today. And I thought, well, it's time to kind of revisit what does the Chamber do, what is it here in Sedro Woolley. And I thought, well, we'll start out by recognizing, first of all, the members of my board. I don't know that anybody but Sam is here today. Sam is one of the members of the board, so is Chris Johnston and Becky Eldy. And these people are very important to our group because they set our tone for where the chamber is going to go. This picture here is of the group that originated the Chamber of Commerce. At that time, it was called something else.
We'll never know.
Okay. So, first of all, what is the Chamber of Commerce?
I think we're going to have a technology class.
So, a Chamber of Commerce is a form of business networking, for example, a local organization of businesses whose goals is to further the interest of businesses. Business owners form these societies to advocate on behalf of the business community, and local businesses are members. They elect a board of directors, and they hire an executive director, which is what I do. When it comes to staffing of appropriate size, in Sedro Woolley, that's pretty much me, and then my licensing clerks. Our chamber began 104 years ago on May 15th, 1914, and the genesis of the chamber was sometime in 1896 when the Twin City Business League was formed, primarily to bring down the bitter rivalry between the towns of Sedro and Woolley. The original name was the Sedro Woolley Commercial Club. And the gentleman who started the club, I'm sure you'll recognize some of these names. Rick certainly will, because one of his great-grandfathers is up there, correct? And that would be the John Goodall. H. Condi, Horace Condi, was the one of the caucus downtown in front of the Liberty Bistro and Flowers on Woodward. Originally, they had quite a list of things that they intended to do. I ended up kind of shortening the list a little bit because it was extensive in our original documents. But they started out with the idea of the dissemination of educational materials about Sedro Woolley. And then it was a social club that was also intended to serve the purpose of a reading room, a library, and a social gathering place. They also encouraged and solicited immigration to Sedro Woolley. At that time, of course, we wanted to bring in immigrants to help grow the community. And Mike, our grandparents were part of that, right?
Yep.
So to promote businesses and social interest, to encourage and stimulate social intercourse, and to receive and hold in trust real and personal property to be devoted to the purposes stated above. The name was changed on September 1st, 1927 to the Chamber of Commerce of Sedro Woolley. And today your chamber has 269 members, with 35 businesses having joined the chamber just this past year. Our membership includes retailers, wholesalers, service industries, manufacturers, industrial parks, banks, churches, nonprofit organizations, and even individuals. While the chamber goals are much the same as in 1914, we can now state them a little more succinctly than they did back then. Our mission is partnering with the community to promote business. And our vision is to establish partnerships and communication with the city, businesses, and the community. Our lunch and meal meetings are held the first Wednesday of nearly every month. I say nearly every month because we skip 2 months of the year, so we have 10 meetings a year. The ones we skip is the 1st of January. It appears that most people are pretty sick and tired by the time the 1st of January rolls around and just don't even want to go out of their homes, and who knows what the weather's going to be like. And then we skip August because everybody's on vacation. We utilize our website, which is a very easy one to remember. It's sedro-woolley.com. And we use social media also to reach out to the community. We do put on 3 major events a year through the Chamber of Commerce. The first one is in April, and we partner with the school district on this one. Timber to Tech is what we renamed it last spring, because this is kind of how we perceive where Sedro Woolley is headed. We come from a timber-based economy, and we're evolving into a technologically based economy. And so in renaming this, it's still called Woodfest, but if you check out the new logo, we have a saw blade at the top and a gears at the bottom. And that part of it was added to our logo for this event. This also takes place during Tulip Festival, which is a major Skagit Valley event. It celebrates student achievement, and we've always focused on student woodworking projects. But we also are trying to bring in more information about our CTE programs at Sedro Woolley High School and the amazing ways our city is in itself evolving from its timber history into a center of technology. And that should say OUR instead of ARE for city, our city. Woodfest also includes vendors with handcrafted wood and other products, raffle prizes, live woodworking demonstrations by the Northwest Corner Woodworkers Association and the Northwest Washington Woodturners. This year also included a chainsaw carving event out at Eagle Haven Winery, which was done in conjunction also with Log Rodeo. And Willowbrook Manor did high tea and churros, and they are real close to Eagle Haven Winery. During the first week in June, we jump into summer with Blast from the Past. It's a 3-day event where we look back 50 years, and we include business dress-up contests, fun competitions, vendors, color runs, beer gardens, music, a car show, and it is the one major fundraising event put on by the Chamber annually. At Christmas time, we put on an event that we now call Sedro Woolleyville. We have the tree lighting downtown, which is put up thanks to many of the fellows from Nelson's That tree goes up on Saturday before, right after Thanksgiving. The city and the Snelsons and some other gentlemen are all involved in that. They do so annually. Nathan has been really good at finding us a tree every year. And we also have a Grinch that lurks around the town. Prior to the parade, we have pony rides, mini train rides, kids crafts, and face painting. And we encourage the use of lots of lights in the parade. All the monies raised for this event are spent on the event. This is not a money-raising event per se, but we do encourage participation by merchants because all of the things that we do for the kids are all paid for up front. There's no charge to any of the kids to come and get their faces painted or to ride the ponies or anything of that sort. We are also your primary source of partnering to promote tourism. We run the information center here in town and keep a lot of information, so if you're traveling somewhere else, you might find information there. If you have friends coming to town, you can refer them to us for further information. We work with the Washington Tourism Alliance, and that has just recently changed in that we went through a period, I would say close to 10 years, where the state funded nothing for tourism. We were the number 50 out of 50 states for promoting tourism in our state. Connecticut beat us by $1. Colorado had dropped theirs, but quickly realized what a mistake it was and put it back in place. It's taken us a lot longer to get monies from our government to fund tourism in Washington State. I also serve on the board of the Cascade Loop Association. The Cascade Loop is from Everett out to Leavenworth, Wenatchee, and then up to Chelan, over to Twisp, back through the Methow Valley, across Highway 20, dropping down through the North Cascades National Park, into Sedro Woolley, through the Skagit Valley, and then down Whidbey Island and back to Mukilteo, which completes the loop. Annette Pitts, the executive director for the Cascade Loop Association, has partnered with the Port of Seattle and also the Visit Seattle group, and they have produced a beautiful video, which you can see on Cascade Loop's website, that shows a couple arriving from Europe at SeaTac Airport, visiting a couple of the sites in Seattle, such as the fish market at Pike Place, and then going out, renting a car, and going out on the loop and traveling through our valleys. Explore Skagit Valley is a website that is maintained by SCEDA, which is the Skagit County Chamber Executive Directors Association. We have used combined funds from Skagit County, Skagit County, to promote tourism, but those are very limited funds, and one of our goals is to create a tourism promotion area. We've had a bit of a stickler there. We have one municipality that hasn't wanted to play well with others, but we're hoping to bring them around and have that taken care of before the end of the year and be able to start realizing some of the funding that would be available if that took place, which would encourage further tourism in our area. I also believe that the city of Sedro Woolley is a great partner to us with promoting tourism to the Sedro Woolley area. Now, there are other civic organizations in Sedro Woolley. As you know, we're all sitting here at Rotary, but Carl asked me to kind of define the differences between some of these groups. And Lago Rodeo is an entity in and of itself, kind of like Tulip Festival is. It is such a big project that it can't be done by, another group. So they have formed their own nonprofit organization, and then that is also true for the rodeo, correct, Doug? Yeah. And Boys and Girls Club, you know what they do. Mike talks to us often about them. And the Seroptimists, they're great supporters. I often see that, if Rotary's not doing it, Seroptimists might be. And Wolf. The Eagles, the Lions, and organizations primarily for the benefit of their memberships. The Steelhead Club, as was just mentioned, there is several things that they do, but one of their main goals each year is to promote the kids' tournament up at the Kids Fishing Derby up at the Northern State Swim Center complex. And I also put on there the Sedro Woolley High School Alumni Association. They're another group that works really hard to fund scholarships and things for our youth besides organizations like Seroptimists and Rotary. The downtown group, I've left there in the center. They are brand new. They were formed only this year, and for their first 3 years, will receive some funding from the city to create a Main Street program. Main Street programs have very specific scopes, and so if you want to create a Main Street program, you have to follow their guidelines in order for it to happen. Last weekend, the Downtown Association put on the second annual Brewfest event, and that was primarily to fund the food bank, but if you went early, there was a hour or so ahead of time where the monies that were paid into that VIP event actually went into the Downtown Association. Ian Larson is our tentative or our temporary head of that group. He is obviously a business owner who has got plenty to do with running a business. And so sometimes it's a great place to start, but one of the conditions of a Main Street program is that you have a full-time paid executive director. So eventually they will have to meet that goal. And Rebecca Larson, who runs our Helping Hands Solution Center, is their current chair. And so my last slide says, we have a rich history in Sedro Woolley. It's based on the can-do spirit brought by hard-working men and women as they forged their ways in the great forest of this valley called Skagit. This tradition of hard work and community was well documented by world-renowned photographer Darius Kinsey, who based his photography studio right here in Sedro Woolley in the early part of the 20th century, and many of his works are on display throughout town and also at the Sedro Woolley Museum. So if you're looking for some more history, look at those pictures. I was just well, I'm going to slay the name, but because Genevieve Bioenergies is changing their name to Sedro Technologies, and I kind of like Sedron or Sedron, and they weren't quite sure. But anyway, I visited their new location there and the BYK building. It's beautiful, and there on the wall was one of the major pictures from Darius Kinsey that they had all cleaned up, and it looked really good. And Sam, didn't you used to have some there at Heritage Bank in Sedro Woolley too? Seems like you did. Yeah. So the rest of the time, I have time for questions. Yes.
How closely are you associated with the National Chamber of Commerce, which I consider a terrorist group, by the way?
We are not members of the National Chamber of Commerce.
Could you give us a quick update on what are the upcoming events from the Chamber?
Right now, in October, we will have a Halloween parade downtown. It's the fastest parade you ever saw in your life because those kids can't wait to get out there and trick-or-treat the merchants. So I consider it a Halloween race from one end of the street to the other. And then about the time that they come past me 3 times to get candy, I kind of say, I think you've been here before. But anyway, it doesn't take long. We do encourage the merchants to dress up for that as well. And if you are a merchant in town and you do dress up for the event, we're not going to send anybody out to judge you. You have to submit your pictures online on Facebook this year. And we do have a Facebook page, again, Sedro-Woolley.com or Sedro-Woolley Chamber of Commerce.
What time does it start?
It starts lining up at 4 o'clock. It's pretty much all done by 6 at the latest. So.
It's frightening. It's frightening.
Frightening. I do encourage you to buy about 5 bags of candy.
At least.
Yeah. And that's the Costco bags.
Yeah.
And then our next event, of course, will be Shop Small Saturday on Saturday, November 24th. That is also the day the tree goes up downtown. And so if you come downtown, watch them put up the tree, shop the local shops. They need your support always. And we pride ourselves on being the only Sedro Woolley, the only one-of-a-kind place like it. And what makes us so unique is that we don't have a bunch of box stores. That's not who we are. But if you look at what we do have downtown, there's so many beautiful, unique places. Shelley's Shack, Woolley Market, Chad Lewis with his brand new saw sharpening shop, and Joy's Bakery, and Oliver Hammer is almost 100 years old now. We have right here in the room Sedro Woolley Auto Parts, who's got 80 years in this community. I mean, that is amazing to me. So I really do encourage you to go out and meet these folks. And we have a lot of new places in town that are just really cool too. If you haven't been to Restless Refurbished, Bautorf's, Local 20 Tap Room, even the Iron Mountain Grill, Bar and Grill. That place has transformed a really crummy old bar into a really nice place to get a place to eat. So, what else? Did I cut? Oh, Christmas. Christmas comes up on December 1st. That's when we do the lighting and tree lighting and parade. And then the following weekend, Santa's right here. The Beta Sigma Phi group puts on a Santa breakfast, and they do a great job of serving breakfast at no cost to children. Adults are asked for a donation, but aren't required to pay. And they do need support as well on that. So that's pretty much the end of the year.
Thank you. Well, let's give Paul a
Here's a pen, so you can ink a new deal for the new tent downtown maybe someday soon.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you very much. And I think we had pretty good flowers downtown, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Flowers on Woodward, but they're really on Metcalf.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
That's the new name.
All right.
The flowers on Metcalf on Woodward? No, flowers on Metcalf on Woodward, on Metcalf.
Something like that. All right, just a quick recap. Over here at the board, we have Christmas party is December 14th. We'll put up here that it's going to be at the Magnolia Grill in the back room. We've got Burn the Boot, October 6th. And we have October 10th was bingo. With that, please take down the tables, and I think we are adjourned.